That's right, buddy. Friday means it is indeed time for the Roadie Roundup, where we are chatting about some of the fun topics of this week with an all-star panel. And look, we have put together an amazing all-star panel today. Our buddy, TV maitre d' Joe Zito, so happy he could join us today.
Hello.
With EGN Consulting and former radio host and anchor Naomi Salvatore. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. It's the three paisans.
Hey, what's up?
With the Syrian kid.
Slash three Amici.
It's good to see you, everybody. Thanks so much for coming in. So a new poll asked 2,500 people if they thought that they were easy to get along with. 85% of those people who responded said yes. So the question is, are you easy to get along with? Rick?
I'm impressed they got 2,500 people to answer this poll, first of all.
Not saying they answered honestly.
Yeah, right.
I've got to say that myself personally, yes. I've always felt that I've been very easy to get along with. I've had a good personality. I do think that wine helps that topic.
Yeah.
So, yes, I think I'm pretty easy to get along with.
You think you're easy to get along with? I think you're easy to get along with.
Thank you. See?
Naomi, there is no way.
Wait.
There is no way, and I'm saying this for your family and everything, there is no way that you are not easy to get along with.
Well, that's so kind of you to say. Okay, I'll say that I think I get along with everybody nicely. Even if you're rotten, I try to find the nicest thing about you. Maybe it's just the color of your eyes, or
Right.
you know, find the positive in somebody, even if it's a very tiny part.
I think so too. I
Yeah.
think so too. Now look, Joe Zito he's Mr. Rhode Island. He's every restaurant in the world that knows Joe. You have to be easy to get along with.
You know, first of all, I know what people are thinking. Egotistical, pompous, you know, on TV. But I'm here
Did
to
you
tell.
hear me talking to Rick?
But I'm here to tell everybody that Will Gilbert's a great guy.
Wait a second. Thanks, buddy.
But anyway, yes, I'm easy to get along with, unless you're one of those 15 minutes of fame Yelpsters who wants to shut a restaurant down because you had bad cheeseburger.
I agree.
However, on a serious note, okay, you can't do what I've done for 20 plus years in this little state when your name's on the sign and not do it and be nice to people.
Absolutely.
I treat people the way I want to be treated. I'm blessed to do what I do.
Yes.
And it's because of our audience.
It's true.
If they didn't want to watch it, I wouldn't be able to do it. And I have to get a real job. Can you believe it? Me, a real job. Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm
So,
sorry.
yes.
Yes.
I'm blessed.
The answer is absolutely yes. Okay, next up, Reddit asked readers if they think that they are boring. 65% of those who responded said yes, they do think that they
That's
are boring.
just sad.
So do you think you are boring to hang out with? And if not, what do you do for fun? I think, and I'm serious, I think I am boring.
Do you?
I
Never.
look, I think at one point in my life, I think I was, oh God, this is a close-up. I think I was fun. I don't think I'm as fun anymore. But Joe, you're fun.
Oh, I'm
You're not boring.
I'm an old urban Guido, so that means I'm an Augie. So that means I'm a jet setter. So when I'm not, you know, skydiving or trying to scale Newtonic Hill, I'm generally doing things, obviously wining and dining in the best restaurants. But one of the new things for 2024 that I found very exciting, and maybe people will agree or not, with every time I turn around, there's a new weed shop that's open.
Oh my God.
Now I don't partake, but what I do is I have a little driving tour and I put my window down and I take a couple of deep breaths and I do this for a few hours.
He's killing me today.
And then what I do is I go home and I just watch old reruns of the Road Show.
God.
That's my idea of a great night. If anybody,
You know what?
We all party a different way.
yeah.
I think we've proven that he's anything but boring, right?
Joe's got a new gig.
And I know we're on the time, but have you noticed, by the way, that Rhode Island, the entire state now, because of this, smells like Woodstock, and I don't mean Vermont.
Joe, did you do that on the way here today?
Oh, it does. It smells
Very
like
chatty,
it smells
very
like
chatty.
Woodstock everywhere you go now.
Naomi, are you boring?
Oh my God. I don't think I've ever been described that way, ever. And I will say that my husband often says we should put a camera in the house because between my kitchen debacles and my wardrobe malfunctions and all the crazy Lucille Ball things that happen, it would be a great reality show.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you are not
I am
boring.
not.
Rick, are you boring?
I do not think I'm boring. I've heard from many of my friends that when they tell tell me that it's never the same going out with me twice. And my kids, literally, their kids' friends say to them, "It's never boring hanging out with your dad." So I kind of take that as a badge of honor, and I like it. But again, I have a one constant thing in my life that helps me with this, and that's called wine.
It's called
so,
wine.
you know, it helps.
Always comes back to wine.
We're back to wine again. Okay, so we just have a short time left, so we'll do this quick. A story this past week said self-checkout at stores makes customers feel less loyal. So will you use the self-checkout, or will you wait for that line to open? Rick?
So I have an issue with the self-checkout. I believe that it does take away from jobs, and it drives me crazy that there'll be 10 self-checkouts and one person there to help you when you still have an issue
Right.
in self-checkout issue. That being said, I am guilty of when I buy 5 items or less, I don't want to wait in line and I breeze through the self-checkout. I have to admit that I
Okay.
am guilty. But if I have anything over 5, that's my mindset. Nope, I'm going to support the labor.
Got it. Naomi?
Hate it. My pet peeve. I will not go in that self-checkout. Why are there 600 people in that line, 2 people in the regular checkout? Because they're taking stuff in that line. That's my theory.
She's accusing people. She's going to wrestle them at the door. Joe, are you using self-checkout?
I do, but I'm a fan of the third option here, which is to shove everything down your shorts and walk out. But apparently,
He did drive by something today.
apparently that's frowned upon.
Have you had wine today?
No, I haven't. But you know what? I know we got to go. But I mean, they're taking
sampling in
away,
the kitchen.
They're taking
Oh, okay.
away our cashiers. They're taking
agree.
away our salespeople. They're taking away our tellers. And with all these people away, there are still more self-indulgent, people and nitwits everywhere. How can there be more people and less of everybody
I agree,
with their
buddy.
jobs?
I agree.
It's incredible.
Joe,
anyway,
I love you. I love all of you.
We love you, Will.
Thanks so much for being with us today. It is always fun catching up with our Roadie Roundup panel.
Some wine?